this whole coronavirus thing obviously is really taken off in the last week here, and we really haven't talked here on MI Sports Talk about it. But
Unfortunately, not a lot to talk about.
I mean, it seems like every channel you turn on, that's all we're getting. You got to go to off the beaten path. I mean, I turned the weather on just to see the weather here a little while ago because it was starting to cloud up. I thought put the weather channel on, and all of a sudden their coronavirus all over that. I'm like,
You can't do anything.
telling you, they're just forcing people to
Only
go clicks or to go into whatever else because, I mean, obviously you need information, and certain times of the day, you can find that information, but
not 24/7.
right. I mean, obviously last Wednesday and Thursday, when it hit, and when the Utah player came down, obviously with the coronavirus, and kind of shut down the NBA, and it just kind of fizzled from there. It pretty much took off from there, and you got postpone the season, suspend the season. Everybody pretty much followed along in line, But I just here I was sitting there Thursday, and I had the game ready to go. I'm like, all right, you already knew you probably had to stay away from everybody, but they were going to go ahead with the game. Michigan and Rutgers are all out there on the floor.
Yeah, out warming up, right?
20 minutes prior, they announced that thing is being canceled, and here they already went to the measures of no fans, and then you go there. But you look at where we're at now, and obviously last night it would have been the first playing game of the tournament. Everything kind of ballooned from there, and you cancel everything out by the weekend. By Friday you got nothing. But
all you're left watching was I think CBS had a bunch of last year's Big Ten.
Yeah.
Or a couple years ago, I watched 2018 Michigan.
You and I both had that. I turned it on for a little bit. And I was sitting there. I'm like, well, I didn't have it up there right away, and I thought 2018. Okay, I'm trying to think, and that was the team that Michigan went all the way to the Final Four. Yeah, I think that was the team that lost to Villanova that we were watching on that day.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was it. But obviously the NBA postponed or suspended, and NHL followed right behind that, and Major League Soccer, PGA, the Players Championship mid-tournament shuts down, and you got highlights of the last year. So, the TVs had to scramble to put on something, obviously. And then, NASCAR, I thought we still got NASCAR, and then all of a sudden NASCAR, they followed suit.
That's you got nothing.
No, they got nothing. I've been watching the free agency here on the NFL Network. I went to.
There is. They even shut down recruiting, right? I mean, you can't.
Yeah, you can't bring recruits on the campus, and all through phone work and
all those all the recruiting boards have gone kind of silent too, right? Not much.
Yeah, really, there's not a whole lot. I mean, a few guys have posted here and there, but
not a whole lot.
It's just so up in the air right now. It's you don't even know. I mean, they do give you a little bit of a timeline here, and I think if we can all abide by what they're saying, maybe we can get through it sooner than later. But right now, I just was reading before we got on here that what do you do with the Major League Baseball schedule for the rest of the year? If it starts, and when it starts, if it starts in May, or one of them suggested playing, what the schedule will look like, but they said just keep the teams there for the whole week and shift them after the week's over, and
I was wondering about that. I mean, what do they? I haven't read anything or looked at anything, but what do they do? Do they, I mean, they shut down spring training, so they're going to be down for
time.
So they got to have something. They can't just season.
Right.
You got to have some kind of, I don't know, some kind of abbreviate end of spring. I don't know. I don't know what you do, right?
Yeah, well, they already told them to leave, right? They're not down in Florida anymore, and so they all gone home. I think the Tigers had said they were going to stay there and work out at the gym or at the facility, but I don't even think they're allowed to do that now.
I don't think so.
So I mean, you're really in a situation now where you gotta give them some time. So even when it is,
Yeah, you can't just.
you got to give them about a 2 week span probably just to get it in line. And I would think that all the organizations, all the the NBA, the NHL, the Major League Baseball, I think they're all right now working on a certain amount of day schedule, whether it starts on whatever day they get the go ahead. If it's you know and what you want to do with it all. If you just go right to the playoffs for the NBA and NHL, or do you where they're at right now?
I don't even know if you're in those situations. How can they even, what kind of scenarios can they put together? Because I mean, every day the situation changes.
Mm-hmm.
They're coming out with more and more restrictions, and who knows how long it's going to last. How can you even? I don't even know where to begin to put together any kind of contingency plan. You're just sitting there going, I don't know, right? You just have no idea. So you have no clue. So I don't even know how they can be even sitting down in a meeting and trying to figure it out, because there's just too many scenarios to try to predict.
To address.
Yeah, you can't. I don't know you could address them all because you just don't know.
Yeah, I mean you're at a situation where do you put everybody in the playoffs? With the assumption that the teams that are good will rise to the top, and you play a 3-game series or you play a 7-game series with everybody in, or cut it to 8, or
they may just say it's done. Right.
Right. Yeah, you just call it and say the season's over. We don't have a champion this year,
Me, that's probably the most likely scenario, just because of I don't know, how do you push everything back? I mean, it ripples, right? I think. Personally, I think that's for the seasons that are already underway or near the end. They're probably just going to say, forget it, just like NCAA.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that's obviously the fan base. Obviously, they're going to be. They're going to be up in arms, I'm sure. But I know the NBA usually plays till June. NHL isn't too far behind them. So you do have a window there where they could possibly put together whatever is left of the, you finish it out. You play the last 2 weeks of the season. I mean, and they were already down, the Wings were already down to like 10, 11 games. So what's the difference there? And so you just take the playoffs as they were when the season was concluded, and then you just go from there, and then whatever amount of games you got to do, whether it's a 3-game series, a 5-game series, and then you just get yourself to a cup. But it's always it's going to be asterisk obviously for the NBA and NHL and even MLB. Joe Madden, the old coach for the Cubs, who's now at the Angels. I just read something on his where he said, hey, maybe experiment with some of the rules since it's a season that you're not going to get 162 in. No experiment with the time clock on a pitch delivery. Do you 20-second pitch time for the pitch? Do you go with just different things he said that would be feasible for the season? Maybe break it up into a couple seasons, or play it all the way up to the All-Star break and then schedule after the All-Star break or something. But yeah, it's a lot of things. I know a lot of. You talk about the seniors. You talk about all the kids that were senior year and the impact that they had on that. The coaches trying to tell them things are over.
Those are the tough ones, right? Even the college, like your son, right? He's losing a season or half a season.
Yeah.
Never get that back. All the kids are, Yeah. I mean, professionals are one thing, but they're gonna have another season. They're gonna probably move on or whatever. But these kids that it's a lost. They'll never get it back, right? And that's
right. You'll never get that opportunity back. And obviously my son, they were working that chance of going to nationals, and he lost out on that chance, and he had 4 or 5 seniors with him. So now it's a great opportunity for him to experience that. Kind of like the Spartans, obviously the Spartans in that situation with a talented team, and Cassius and Tillman, and those guys are just starting to get rolling, and they had a lot of high hopes potentially getting Final Four. Izzo had to go in there and tell them that the season's over. I just was reading today they don't think they're going to give the winter athletes their another year. I think the NCAA is leaning towards not giving them they're talked about doing that. But
when they first came out, I was kind of a little skeptical of that. How do you? I don't know. That just seemed like tough thing to be able to try to do, even, right? Because you got you're recruiting all the kids for next year already. I mean, you got you know what your roster spots are for next year.
Yeah.
You got all that planned out. That would be really hard.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, spring may be another situation because those. I don't know. So like I was saying earlier, everything just kind of ripples, right? Everything just kind of snow plows into whatever you do. It's going to snow plow into, the following season or the following sport or whatever. It's just not.
Yeah.
Got to give somewhere because you can't just snow plow everything. It's just gonna.
Right. Yeah, that's just the unluck of the draw, I guess. We have to try to figure that out. And you'd like to, maybe get a.
You always tell kids, play it like it's your last one. Well.
Oh yeah.
I mean, how many times you heard that, right? You never know when your last one's going to be.
Right.
Well, some of these kids have experienced that.
Yeah. New appreciation for the game, I think, after this is all said and done with the extended amount of time, but hopefully they can figure something out here. I had heard the other morning, I got up and had TV on, and they talked about Japan. In the country of Japan, they had canceled or suspended school for 4 weeks. And this was Monday morning. I got up and had the TV on. It was the announcer on the channel I was watching. She said, that China had suspended school for 4 weeks. And that was 2 weeks ago, this past Monday, 2 days ago. And they had allowed the kids back in school after 2 weeks. They already shortened it up because everything had gone, I guess, apparently. I mean, you get the gist of the story. That's all you heard about it was that, that the kids are back in school, or that they reopened school already after 2 weeks instead of going to full 4. So, and you see different reports out there online of things that are positives. A lot of times we hear only about the negatives and, how it's affecting everybody, but there are some positive things. Some doctors are finding, some tests being made and all that kind of stuff. So you'd hope, I mean, obviously we're on this 15-day, quarantine, so to speak, there's not to go out, no groups of 10, larger than 10, and all that kind of stuff. So it went from 250 to 50 to 10. So let's see what the numbers are next week. But hopefully they stay.
Football team, that's 11. So.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I think a lot of it they had to nail it down just because of the holiday yesterday. St. Patty's Day, a lot of people go out. That could have been a big mess. They canceled parades, they canceled everything. So that could have been a major, schedule things. So down some beaches down south and all that.
A little bit of news out of Tom Brady here. That was kind of exciting today.
Yeah. Tom Brady today or yesterday, I think official today, takes his free agency and does what people around here or around outside of Boston figured he would do, but people inside Boston didn't think he'd do.
I think we were hoping he'd come to the Lions, but that's
got everybody else in the Patriots there. I was just throwing down my notes here that we were becoming the Detroit Patriots. Online, they're calling us the Detroit Patriots now because all the Patriots that he's bringing in here. We got Collins. We got a defensive back from the Patriots. We got, we're getting a lot of influx of guys here from the Patriots.
Just missed out on the best one.
Yeah, one guy said, "Is that such a bad thing?" one of his replies on the internet was, "Is that such a bad thing?" Kind of deal. But yeah, I mean, it is what I mean. Obviously, that's a great going down to Tampa.
Mm-hmm.
It said, I watched a little bit of Scott Van Pelt last night. And he's the only thing. He does a good special too. If you're looking at each night he's on, he does a thing called Senior Night.
Oh yeah.
Talks about different teams that lost out on their chances, and he talks about athletes who are going to be seniors. There's this baseball player in California. I forgot his name, but he's last year as a junior was California Player of the Year. Was going to be a senior this year. 18 strikeouts in a game. He had a 4.08 batting average. This highly touted, athlete who lost out on his senior year of sports. Or you had another team that was in travel. They were actually traveling to the venue for the state finals that they'd never played in before. Their school had never played in before. And they end up getting the call to turn around and go back home. That they didn't get a chance to play in that state final game because the things were canceled. So he's done it. I just saw last night there was about 4 or 5. He does 5 or 6 different segments each night, and it was pretty cool to hear some of the stories. And just a little splurb. But going about Brady, his Steve was SVP's partner on that show is Steve, and he talked about the Buccaneers since their initiation came into the league. Their winning percentage is 3.358 or something.
Yeah.
He goes, they are the lowest team in any sport winning percentage as a organization in any sport, hockey, baseball, soccer, any sport. He said they'd have to go 10-4 for the next 40 years just to get above 500 or get to 500 as an organization. SVP's like, well, I don't think Tom's going to stick around that long.
You might give him a couple seasons like
that. Yeah, 30 million a year. They didn't even say how many years, so maybe it's just a 1-year deal, or is it?
I don't know. I was going to ask you if you heard the timing.
I heard. I've had it on. It's been playing all day, and I've been here, and it's no years yet. It's just 30 million a year, which is higher than what I mean. You got Rivers. Philip Rivers is going to the Colts, and he got 1 year for 25 million. So Brady's getting 1 year for 30 million. So he had to go 5 million more than Rivers, but. Rivers has never won a Super Bowl or anything like that, and he's only $5 million less than Brady on the calling card or whatever. But him, I can't believe it. They showed him last night, on TV. They imposed his face into a Tampa Bay uniform.
Yes,
it takes a little getting used to. Kind of like back when, I guess Peyton went to the Broncos or Montana went to the Chiefs. Or all these big players that moved from organizations after years that, it's just like, but he's the first football player. They've had players move around in hockey and in baseball that were 20 years with one, over 20 years of playing. They showed last night.
He's the first football guy.
He's the first football guy. Obviously, how many football guys go for 20 years? But obviously the stat is a little warped. But he's the first one to move. But just a lot of different teams getting. Nick Foles goes to the Bears. He just signed with the Bears here. I'm looking at him on TV here. And a lot of different guys moving around. That once the football does fire back up, there, be an impact there. But
that's probably about the biggest thing going right now. Is that right? Free agency.
Yeah, free agency is about it. That thing, they're trying to milk this for a while if they can. But they even just talked about the draft. They're going to do the draft still, but they're canceling all the events, or whatever. And they had such an extravagant.
That gives us something to look forward to.
What's that?
That gives us something to look forward to.
Yeah, the draft. Well, the draft, they were talking about last night. Obviously, Philip Rivers left the Chargers, and I forget, Taylor is the guy that's supposed to take over for Rivers at the Chargers, but the Chargers are sitting at the 6th pick overall.
Yeah, that's right.
And they were just saying that, they don't really need to go after Brady and give him when they're sitting there in a 6th pick. You just wait and get one of these young guys here coming off the draft. You could fall, or you could even move up. There was talk that Melvin Gordon was maybe going to come to the Lions, but I haven't heard anything yet.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything on that either.
Yeah, Jadeveon Clowney's still available. He hasn't signed yet either. But yeah, it's just a shame. And then, going back to the virus, that player, Gobert or whatever, he was here in Detroit, on that last Monday night.
Mm-hmm.
A week ago Monday, I should say.
Yeah, and then one of the Pistons tested positive.
Wood apparently has it now too.
He was guarding him the whole night, I think.
Yeah, that's that. And then the Lakers are supposed to be quarantined today, and they're getting all tested or something. I saw last night, but I saw there's like 13 states that have drive-through tests right now. Obviously, New York is a major issue right now, obviously, with the larger population out there. But
yeah, that's what we need. We need a drive-up bar. No,
talking about the bar, Pennsylvania's thinking about shutting down the liquor stores. What the heck?
Wow, now you're going a bit too far.
I'm like, oh, you're trying to really kill us now? You're really challenging us now, aren't you? You're right taking away everything.
Right, plenty of booze, plenty of beer. I'm in good shape right now. So.
I am too, sort of here. I might have to. I don't know, since they're starting to mess around like that. I might have about a month's supply here, maybe. I got who stops by or whatever. I can only have 9. I can't have 10.
Yeah, no. I was gonna say if you're gonna arrange that NFL draft party,
Exactly.
Your closest friend.
Limited. Well, I got into one of those PGA pools, and it was supposed to start this past weekend at the PGA Championship, right? Take 3 golfers, add up total winnings at the end of the year.
Yeah, those were fun.
No, that's just been delayed. He's just like, yeah, do that. We're probably not going to start it till and then here we haven't even talked about the Masters being suspended too. So you may see.
I don't feel as bad that I didn't get my tickets this year.
Yeah, exactly. Can you imagine that? You're like, I finally got my tickets. But hopefully, though, I think they're talking about maybe getting it in the fall.
Really? Fall's gonna be real busy. Everything's moving on.
Yeah, keep your.
No plows.
We'll have NBA finals in August, NHL finals in September. World Series in October, huh?
Football going, baseball going. You get everything.
And I was even watching a little bit of the XFL there for a little bit. I was starting to watch a little bit of that just to get my football fix.
What else are you gonna do?
And now they're done. They're done. Here they are trying to bring out a league, and they're running into this issue.
You can only watch so many replays. You got to go back far enough so you can't remember what happened.
Yeah.
And it's a little bit more.
Well, yeah, that's what SVP did last night. He did since it was the first night of the playing games. He put up there to Indiana State, Larry Bird, 1979. Somebody on their team, some guy on their team.
Knows what happened.
He had a buzzer beater, beat Arkansas, huh?
Yeah, nobody remembers what happened next.
They're like, look at this video, and the video is so ugly. It was so bad. I mean, it was tough. And then he did like another kind of moved up in the time frame up till like 2010. He did like 4 or 5 games that were NCAA, or he may do it again tonight. I have to watch, but yeah. And I heard Channel 7 here locally is doing if you're a senior and you're right in your.
Oh yeah, I did see that.
Something about that, so they may start to do something like that on their channel to honor some of the seniors who lost out on their senior year sports and stuff. But I even filled out a make-believe bracket the other day. I was sitting around. I was so drastic. I was so desperate that they had one on online. So I went on there, and they had I forget who it was, but yeah.
I saw some of the simulations, right? CBS, I think CBS did a simulation.
Yeah, yeah.
Dayton winning.
That's what they had Dayton. When I was reading, they did a simulation and had Dayton beating Gonzaga, I think, in finals or Kansas or something.
I think they had Michigan lost to. They, they had losing to.
Yeah, who beat them?
It was nothing I could get real excited about, but
No, well, they had to play. Some of them had East Tennessee State, and some of them had. They had them winning the first game, then they lost the second game. I forget to who. Was it Louisville or somebody like that? I think Villanova or something. But the final standings came out. Kansas is the actual number one with 63 votes.
Kansas.
Gonzaga, Dayton, Florida State was 4, Baylor 5, San Diego State, Creighton, UK, Kentucky, MSU 9, Villanova 10. So Michigan obviously fell out of the top 25 there with the way they closed up. They got others receiving votes. Michigan 62. So Michigan and Michigan State both were in the hunt. But Michigan State 22-9. Yeah, tough seasons for them all. But locally, obviously the MHSA. You had a lot of our local high school teams here. You guys were in the middle of the districts.
Yeah,
we were into the regional. What's that?
Yeah, we were set to play district final on Friday.
Yeah.
As of I can't remember it. First report was we were going to still play with limited fans, and then it came out later in that day. I think it was Thursday. It came out later in the day, and I guess officially they've just said still suspended. They haven't come out with any official announcement saying it's over. But
oh, really?
Yeah, that's apparently it's still saying suspended. I don't know. Can't see that happening either, but we'll see.
Right. Yeah. Maybe it's just somebody needs to update the website.
I don't think there's been anything that, kind of looking at the MHSAE stuff.
It'd be nice if they could, obviously, but you're looking at time frame, like you said. And,
yeah, it gets back to that.
Getting the kids back in there to practice a little bit and then continue where it was. Well, even at the time, I thought, well, depending on the delay, do you pick a Sweet 16 for the NCAA? Here they had mulled over taking even drawing a full bracket, but they talked about doing a 16 team, and starting it down the road. But when you look at it and where we're at, and, everything like that. But
yeah, it still says MHSAA website still shows that all member schools are to suspend activities.
Suspend activities.
Suspend activities in all sports for all seasons, effective Monday, March 16th through at least Sunday, April 5th.
Sunday, April what?
April 5th.
April 5th?
Yeah, to at least.
Well, that's what my kids are even at home from school at college, and they're tentatively scheduled to go back. At least 2 of them are around that time, April 5th or something. So
I just saw I got an email from because I still get emails from trying to officially everything all online for the rest of the semester.
They did say all online for the rest of the semester?
They finally did that today.
Oh, did they? There you go. And they're done. They're good.
They're shutting down dorms. They had their dorms still open, apparently. I don't know how many people are down there.
Yeah. Well, my son was supposed to come back today. He's gone down there for a little dinner because his college coach had coached for 60 years, Here he was going to go to nationals possibly, and on his final year, and end up, getting shorted on that. So I felt the kids all felt so bad for him, but yeah, let's.
Maybe I'll come back for me.
Yeah. Oh, it's just you think about it, kind of heartbreaking for you, but I don't know, but it's
all in perspective, right? So,
what's that?
He puts it all in perspective, right? So.
Yeah. I mean, maybe say, I'll come back for another year, but I mean, he's already made a decision, and I did a lot of things for him. So, but yeah, I mean, it's just a tough thing. Obviously, you guys had to go in there and tell your kids you're done. You're a day away from playing for a district title, and as of now, you're done. I saw a couple of coaches in the area. Mike there from Mooney. He posted something online. They had 9 seniors or whatever it was on his team. He had to go in and talk to.
Yeah, he had a big crew. So.
Potentially, you guys would have ran across them again for a third time, but just a lot of teams here. I don't think even the hockey, the MHSA hockey, they got into the finals. I don't even know if they got to finals then.
Nothing. It was supposed to be that weekend.
Yeah, so I think they got chopped out on that too. So
Nothing.
A lot of things in the sports world. Obviously, we've been off for a little bit here, just trying to figure it all out. But yeah, definitely, and looking forward to it. I mean, obviously down the road,
I had my opening day ticket. Hopefully, they'll still honor that at some point.
Yeah, you and I both, man. You and I
have eventually some spring football here. That's all.
Yeah.
We'll have to have some kind of abbreviated spring ball.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They said, obviously the colleges are shut down for spring ball. They were supposed to kick off the Monday. Are they supposed to start Monday? Or you?
I think I was mentioning too. I got something from U of M about some open practices.
Yeah.
Dig that up again, but I figured about let's not do that anymore.
Yeah. That's a shame. And Michigan's baseball team came out like gangbusters, and they're shut down now. It looks like for the remainder of the year. But so the next thing is right now, people are just hoping that they get to football, in July or whatever, when they go to camp. But
so, all the workouts, everything's down, right? We have even our kids,
yeah, you guys are at a standstill, right?
Everything's down except just sending some things out saying here's a workout of the day. Try to do something on your own.
Do something at home, you hope. Yeah, obviously in your situation, with everybody coming back, and you're not as. I mean, you got a couple kids here and there, but majority of your guys coming back for basketball and for football. You got majority of guys coming back, so there's some positive. I mean, obviously it's a side note, but
give them a little bit of fire.
Yeah, hey, look, you don't know, you never know. They play hard, but yeah, I mean that's just obviously the free agency for football. The XFL is on hold now. It's football season, and the Pistons obviously they're gonna be a different team next year, I would imagine, and the Red Wings too. Those two teams are probably done as it is, just because even if they did come back with the season, they would probably not play again. The Red Wings and the Pistons. And here they are trying to find the little Caesar Ilitches that had offered $1 million for employees and stuff who are losing out on work, and a lot of that kind of stuff going on right now. So, but yeah, I don't know, Sam. What do you think? I think it's a crazy time right now here, and we've been talking a little bit about it here on MI Sports Talk, and it's we're kind of in limbo here a little bit. We come on just to kind of cover it a little bit and give our thoughts for moving forward. No question about it. I mean, yeah. They say that Major League Baseball may not start till at least maybe May or mid-May right now.
Mid-May, I think.
Mid-May.
Talking, like we said, they got to figure out how to get some, back into playing shape.
Yeah.
Maybe taking that into account, to try to, set that May mark and work way backwards to figure out. I haven't talked to my buddy Scott, see if he's hearing anything.
Yeah. Even with that, if you done 160, you go down to like 80. You go down to a half a season. See what happens there if you can get in that area. They need enough time to.
Precedent's been set yet. Strike shortened seasons, and
sure.
In the past, we've always been able to, do those things, make something of it. So I'm sure that'll be the case for the most part. The rest of it,
Yeah.
Baseball, it's a matter, like you're saying, for the ones that are underway, what are they going to be
Yeah.
finished? So,
Yeah. Obviously, you get a lot of different opinions, a lot of different ideas, a lot of different thoughts on it.
and some,
Forward. Huh?
and somebody's not going to be happy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Nobody. Yeah. You can't please everybody, as they say, right?
So at least they'll get us talking again about sports.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. We get the 10-day contract still. Sam, we talked about that last time we talked. I guess those guys only made like a 2-day, be a 2-day contract. They signed. But,
Mine never came through. I don't know if it was my email.
right. Yeah. You can check the email, see for sure if maybe somebody they're cut calling. But yeah, I don't know. Like I say, we can still talk sports here a little bit. Hopefully, we'll know more in a week. Get a little bit better plan ahead for our next show. But yeah, obviously, we got through NFL free agency here and what we think sports will look like down the road. That's for sure. You'll have to sit every other seat or something so you get 6 feet. They're only selling every other seats for the game or something of that nature. Everybody got their masks on. But,
Interesting, right? Because we went through 9/11, and that changed
oh yeah, change security.
the way we travel, changed the way we do a lot of things. You got to believe that ultimately this will change the way
Yeah.
we interact socially. Probably it's it's going to change somehow. You joke around, sell every other seat, but it could be the case for a while.
The stadiums won't be so cozy anymore. You have everybody will have lawn seating or something.
Michigan Stadium will have 60,000 instead of.
Exactly. Downsizing instead of squeezing in there together. Yeah, that's you never know. Like I say, you don't know what it may come out. It may come out for the good. That they take more pride in their sanitation and sanitizing everything. I mean,
Bad thing, right?
yeah, no, I mean, I don't know where they figured out that people had to wash their hands. It was an announcement that needed to be made for, but
I was just a day late in buying all that toilet paper stock too.
oh my gosh, huh? You could have went off huge. What are they saying today? One stock was up 380%.
You could have.
I forget which one it was. I don't know which one. I don't think it was anything like that, but it might have been more medical.
Of all the things I would have hoarded, I would have not picked toilet paper. I would have picked something else on them.
I saw a video today. Somebody went into a stall at a store or somewhere, and they had like a little drill gun, and they wrapped it around the thing, and they pulled the trigger, and it just pulled the roll, and it just wrapped it around their drill, and gave them. They stole the toilet paper that way. They were laughing.
That Seinfeld episode with Elaine, remember she
Yeah.
says, "Can you spare a square?" No, can't.
Spare square, can't spare square. No, I can't spare her. That was one guy saying, well, I guess you can't go in the shower and rinse off or something. We were talking about that too, even last week, a little bit standing around, like, but yeah, just a lot of different things. We went in to eat the other day with the kids, and they had a big bottle of hand sanitizer there, right at the door, pretty much by the check-in. Wipe your hands on and spray the stuff in their hands there. I don't know if that's something that'll, if it's helping or what. There's just so much unknown about this one that, obviously we're going off of that. But yeah, it's just, like I say, it may be a totally different world when we get back into society. Once it's done, people, it may be standard. They may wear masks or they may have gloves on. I was at the post office yesterday, and they had 2 workers both had gloves on.
Oh, dude, I got to go there tomorrow.
Yeah, had gloves on, and they did. I was like, oh, I think they had gloves on before when I was in there, but I think that just to me, for some reason, I just noticed it. I do notice that people stand a little bit farther away from you nowadays. People, yeah. So I saw, yeah, but yeah. What's that?
Just start coughing, everybody move out of your way.
Oh my gosh, clear a room. Wow, we were eating. I was eating the other day. I was sitting there eating, and somebody coughed, and I looked over at her, and she's like, "I just had something in my throat. I got something choked down the wrong pipe." I go, "Okay." And then somebody else over there coughed, and everybody looked over at them. We're like, it's nothing. It's like, okay, you know, all right, as long as you're good. But but yeah, I mean, obviously, we'll still talk about sports, and if anything changes between now and our next show next week, definitely
You're right on top of it, man. Be ready
we'll
to
be
go.
right on top. But we're here. I post online. I do some things online there. You can see them under my under our site there. Some posts. Still got to figure that out a little bit, but still ironing out the kinks. But yeah, it's been a lot of family time, a lot of chance for everybody to sit around, maybe play cards, play board games. Yeah, it's definitely slowed everybody down from the fast-paced world that we live in. You know, it kind of gives you that chance. Or after 9/11, it was like everybody, kind of closed the doors and we're sitting at home for a few days. Not quite as extensive as this, but gave you a chance to just, driving home that day from work and you're looking around at everybody going, "Wow," you know.
I did get some good news today. I got an email that they opened the front nine.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
walked outside. I'm like, nah, it's a little too chilly.
yeah, yeah. So one of the guys I golf in the golf league with, he posted a picture of them on the green. He goes, "We're practicing 6 feet away from everybody here." But yeah, Warwick had said that they're up in it. Huh?
All 6 foot putts are good.
Yeah,
Anything
exactly. Don't get in close.
good.
Yeah, and they yeah, they open them up, but no, you can't go in and eat. There's no dining and there's nothing inside. You can walk only, obviously, because of the weather.
Yeah, we got carry out going. They got carry out you can get.
Yeah, you can get carry out, but you can't go into the bar or restaurant. It's not open.
So maybe warm up a little bit tomorrow, Friday. Maybe I'll get out and walk 9 or something. I don't
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Yeah. They closed down all the athletic gyms and everything like that, so you really can't go work out. So the gym I belong to, they're sending out videos with the trainers running them through their workouts. So,
know. Pat, I got a full basement. I got to work on it right before here. So.
oh, did you? You got it? Oh, nice, nice. I was thinking about going for a walk yesterday. You finally sit down here for a while. It's like I should just go out and walk.
Yeah, we did that.
Goes on walks his dog, so I think I should just go out and get the fresh air. I've been sitting there with the door open at night, letting a little breeze come in off the back patio there. It's kind of good, being in here all day for the most part. Got out a little bit yesterday, but
Yeah, I still been working. I got primarily working from home as it is anyway. So
yeah, yeah,
stuff. Got some conference calls going. Everybody.
yeah.
But
Ones and all that are closed off. Right?
you know, slow down a little bit on new projects and things. But
Yeah, push them back a little bit. Deadlines.
I got some work I got to finish up and wrap up. And
Yeah,
I haven't changed a whole lot for me. I feel pretty short as it is.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, the boys are all right. The boys are all over it. So yeah, so I don't know. Let's see. Maybe we'll get to golf here pretty soon. I mean, I have to see the weather will dictate that, but it is what it is. I mean, no experience on uncharted territory. But I look forward to sports firing back up again here eventually, and we'll be there to discuss it. No question about it. But once something else changes here within the week, maybe we'll have some more news on some different things. But
Yeah, for sure.
you can always join us here on MI Sports Talk. We're always here for you, discussing sports when they're being played, or discussing them when they're not being played. But we didn't talk too much about the teams, but maybe next week we can talk a little bit more about the teams and maybe Michigan's spring roster and any new signings that might be announced between now and then, or where the pro sports are all headed down the road here. Maybe there might be some more clarity within a week. But till then, Sam, take care of yourself. Keep your 6 feet from people, and wash your hands and take care of your body. And We'll be in touch.
All right, man.
All right, buddy. Good talking to you. Good seeing you.
Hope
Have
you
a
don't
nice talk.
where so we run out of booze.
That's right. Yeah, there you go. All right. We'll consolidate. All right, buddy. Take care of yourself.
All right, Pat.
Be in touch.